like we just can't help ourselves. 'Cause we don't know how to back down. We are listening and we're not blind. This is your life, this is your time.
All predators have to strategize, improvise, and specialize in order to survive. The wide open spaces present extra challenges. There's no place for a hunter to hide, or room for error. And there may not be another chance. The African savanna is as wide as the sky, rumbling with prey, and brutal on predators. When you live life by the skin of your teeth, you can't afford to spoil your kids. But this cheetah mom's doing her best. Her 5 youngsters, now over a year old, could be striking out on their own. Not these guys. They like things as they are, sticking close to mom. And each other. Her supersized family pushes the limits of her endurance, but it's tough to cut the apron strings. It means trying to feed 6 big cat appetites every day. So she hunts relentlessly and mercilessly. At top speed, she covers nearly 9 meters of savanna with each stride. But there are no guarantees here, especially when prey turns ugly. She's a sprinter, not a fighter. Every high-speed chase costs her dearly. Her brain starves for oxygen, and inside, she's burning up. It's cool down or die. The cubs, on the other hand, are in no mood to take life too seriously. Cheetahs evolved to hunt during the day because the savanna's other big cats hunt at night. And they kill cheetahs when they can. The skinny cheetah is no match for a burly lion, let alone a pride of them. 70% of cheetah cubs fall victim to larger predators. Mom always makes sure to shepherd her youngsters to a safe place for the night. cheetahs are a breed apart. They seem to be born without the instinct to hunt. It's time for killing school, and this time they need to pay attention. Her distinctive black tear marks minimize the sun's glare, and she has a wide field of vision. Success depends on getting close, because she only lasts about 15 seconds at full tilt. She's so exhausted that she barely has the strength left to strangle the impala. Once it's dead, she calls her cubs to dinner. Carcass cam shows how they bolt down food faster than other big cats, because the clock is ticking. Within minutes, every other meat eater in the vicinity arrives on the scene. The cheetahs devour the tender cuts first, leaving behind the skin, bones, and intestines. Even a good-sized antelope won't satisfy her voracious cubs for long. It's time they started bringing home the bacon. They don't have Mom's finesse, but by working together, they manage to bring down their prey. It's proof that they're ready. Two powerful instincts war within their mother. She has fought so long to raise them well, but it's time to leave and look after herself for a change. Predators on the savannah come in all sizes, but if you're small and hungry, it's wise to stick together, like banded mongooses. This bunch of rookies have been evicted from their first pack. Time to start a new one, on their own turf. They're frantically curious about anything that might be edible. When you're a 1.8 kilogram predator out here, it's just as easy to become prey. They depend on each other to avoid danger, and if their numbers drop too low, the group will collapse. Surely, lunch is around here somewhere. But they need to get their minds off their stomachs. They've entered enemy territory. And the rival mongoose band outnumbers them 2-1. The rookie mongooses take a beating, and their adversaries claim the prey. But they escape with their lives. Their hunger draws them deeper into the savannah. This guy gets lucky. He finds a yummy dung beetle under a pile of poop. But there aren't enough beetles and grubs to go around. And here comes potential trouble. Warthogs are moody and can kill mongooses. But today, they're delivering lunch. Ticks. They're just infested with them. The dirty pig gets a cleaning, while every mongoose eats. A unique alliance between two mammals. Now they're parched, but drinking is dangerous out here. Savvy predators lurk near waterholes, waiting for thirsty prey to arrive. Street-smart mongooses would know that marabou storks keep an eye on this puddle. They're nicknamed Undertaker birds, 1.5 meters tall and aggressively carnivorous. Every pup has been assigned a guardian. Youngsters are cherished members of a newly formed band. This is a cruel lesson they won't soon forget. There is no mercy on the African savanna. For most winged predators, grasslands stretch below them like vast banquets. Yet, the strange secretary bird chooses to hunt on foot, sometimes stalking 32 kilometers a day. She may look feather-brained, but she's a skilled assassin with a wicked arsenal. Her keen eyes target reptiles and rodents. She's 1.2 meters, with an eagle's body on powerful stilts. Tough scales on her legs protect her from snake bites. Her wings also fend off snakes and fluster prey. Then, with her dreadful legs and talons, she stomps her victim to death. She's the only bird in the world that hunts this way. Each mighty blow can shatter bones. She's a formidable hunter, but she has to pound the grass for hours while her chick stays home alone. A nest this high should deter predators. But some killers on the savannah are built to climb. These cunning olive baboons have their eyes on a helpless dinner. Mom's no fool. She's brooded in a spiky fortress, the thorny acacia tree. It foils the baboons. But no amount of thorns can deflect the forces of nature. The secretary bird's fragile chick can bake to death under Africa's savage sun. The mother has a solution for this too. She's one of the few raptors that can regurgitate water as well as food. But as her chick grows, he'll just demand more and more. So it's back to stalking and stomping for the secretary bird. The African savanna can be competitive and brutal, but there's another open space that can throw some new twists that predators have to learn to deal with. The Asian steppe may be the largest expanse of grassland in the world, but it pushes predators to the limit. The good news is that there's less competition. The bad news is there's less prey too. And the prey are wily. Once a force to be reckoned with, the elegant Mongolian wolf is barely hanging on. 5-week-old pups can now manage meat. But these haven't eaten in days. A third pup starved to death. Wolves used to have their choice of prey here. Mongolian gazelles, red deer, and wild horses were everywhere. No more. Wolves struggle to feed themselves and their families on much smaller prey. Finding food is easy enough. She can smell it more than a mile away. But catching it is another matter. When rodents go to ground, no amount of hunger can follow. With so few dependable sources of prey, her attention strays in a direction that could get her killed. Livestock has replaced the wild herds. The wolf is not the top predator on the steppe anymore. The wolf escapes a bullet this time, but she's still ravenous. And so are the pups. Her eyes can detect the slightest movement far away. This rabbit is barely a mouthful, but it will have to do for now. The odds are stacked against them, but she'll continue to risk her life to put food on the table. At night, other predators of the steppe emerge. Some of them loners, like the long-eared hedgehog. He covers his own back, keeps to his own schedule, and he's single-minded in his pursuit of prey. His long ears and pointy snout zero in on his victims. Bugs are a crunchy snack, but he's in the mood for something more substantial. Just overhead are delicious eggs. But he's more ambitious than he is agile. His paws aren't designed to grasp. It's a good thing hedgehogs bounce. No big deal. It's crawling with insects out here. And his sensitive hearing soon picks up a more intriguing sound. Scales scraping against rocks. The hedgehog may have acute hearing and smell, but he's extremely nearsighted. He often bumps into things before he sees them, with potential for disaster. One bite from this Mongolian pit viper should kill something his size in an instant. But the hedgehog has a secret. He's resistant to the snake's venom. The hedgehog may be a tough customer, but he's not invincible. He makes sure to disappear before dawn, because that's when his true foes start to hunt. The unbroken landscape of the Asian steppe looks quite colorful to a golden eagle. Some raptors see into the ultraviolet part of the spectrum, which is invisible to us. Urine trails left by his favorite prey glow under the sun's UV rays. Mongolian marmots are easy for him to spot, but the fat rodents have finely tuned defenses. They're on the alert for the beat of wings above. And their air defense system sets off an alarm. But it's not smart to stray too far from home. Marmots stay underground for hours. This eagle is a veteran of the marmot wars, but every miss still hurts. He settles for scraps while he waits. A sudden storm blasts the steppe, and it washes away the urine trails. The eagle is thwarted, still hungry, and grounded until his wing feathers dry. These are the high Arctic islands of Svalbard, too far north for trees to even grow. The elusive Arctic fox blends in when he wants, making him notoriously hard to film. Spring renovates his icy wasteland into a land of possibilities, but they all require stealth. The Arctic fox sheds his winter coat to match the now exposed places where he hunts. He's an expert at hiding in plain sight because he has to catch most of a year's prey in a very short window of time. The brief spring will make or break him. Millions of migratory birds suddenly turn his island into an Easter basket. His treasure hunt uncovers a lost egg. But getting at the real mother lode can be tricky. The birds nest in perilous rocky cliffs. They're fearless parents, and they dive bomb him. The frustrated fox makes his statement on one of our remote cameras. These birds can draw blood. And they'll peck out his eyes if they can. The Arctic fox dodges his attackers, but he still needs to meet a huge quota of prey. He's hunting for 6. At home, his mate and 4 kits wait impatiently. They're the 20th generation of foxes to use this den, and they survive in this place by keeping a family secret. They only eat part of everything he brings back. The rest gets buried or tucked away to eat during the fall and winter months after the birds are gone. The only other year-round predator that stalks the high Arctic is 100 times larger than the fox, with an appetite to match. It's spring, and this polar bear has 2 things on his mind: food and sex. Fatty, fast food is best. Seals fit the bill, but they have escape hatches. Sometimes the sea does the work for him. A washed-up whale carcass is an all-you-can-eat blubber buffet. Now, for that other need. Neither rough winds nor polar seas will keep him from this one. This prize is worth the workout. She's a beauty. She's only half his size, but she's not shy. "900 kilograms of bear flesh can be surprisingly tender." This polar bear couple didn't seem to mind our crew watching or filming. They'll stay together until she tires of him. Then he'll go his own way, while she makes plans. Around New Year's Day, she'll give birth to twins.